Hello, and welcome to another Solipsist Quicklooks. This is another game off of the Steam Next Fest, and this is Lootbound, a game that caught my eye primarily because of the art style. I like the style that it's going for, and I want to see if it holds up, especially with what it looks like it's competing with. I think this is particularly pertinent for the other games in my rotation right now that are probably big contenders. This is going to have a little bit of shades of Backpack Hero as well as Slay the Spire. So let's see what it has to offer that's different, unique, better, otherwise. This appears to be an extremely early build. I mean, this is just a demo. But 001R215 is... It seems extremely low numbered, although how people style their version numbers is always interesting. All right, let's take a little gander at this. Save slot 1. Love the animation. They are not. They right from the beginning. There are a lot of things that try and ape this like sort of pixel art animation style, and a lot of them, it doesn't take too long for that style to fall apart. It's pretty clear to me that these people know at least a little of what they're doing, so it doesn't. They're not cheaping out. They didn't have to animate that little intro sequence, but they absolutely did because they care about it. Apparently, from the looks of it. So, yeah. All right. Character selection. Select a hero to embark on a run. Press the continue button to begin the run. Okay. Okay, so we've only got one available. Warrior. Not gonna lie, this looks a lot like the first character from Slay the Spire right off the bat. It's a little telling, but it's okay to be inspired. It's not clearly not a total ripoff, but you know, it's not hiding its influences either, I would say. Okay. Upgrades not available in the demo, hub not available in the demo. Okay, so we've got additional like post-run mechanics, I guess, probably, that will come into play later. Warrior, a mighty warrior carving a path through enemy ranks. Health 600, mana. Okay, that's a lot of stats to keep up with right off the bat. But I'm seeing we've got a lot of health, not a lot of mana. Seems like not a lot of armor, but it's hard to tell. We've got some base stats. We've got a slight, not a particularly high crit damage multiplier. Oh, and it's got tooltips for all of these. That's quite nice. That is the kind of thing I would expect to go missing. Even in a finished product, but especially in a very early build. Tooltips are usually not a priority, so I appreciate having things explained right off the bat. It is a lot to absorb, but I think I can probably not pay too much attention to it and just hop right in and see what we're actually up against. Love the warmth of the scene, the backlight casting, the sort of outline around the character. Well done. I love the look. I don't remember anything, not even my name. There's a sword in my hands. That means I'm a warrior. Strange. I feel nothing. I shouldn't I? Duty. That word feels familiar. Everything is shrouded in fog. A path lies ahead. I have to remember. Help me. I also like the not too subtle nod with the D20 on the side here. Okay. Straight into combat. All right. Combat. Lootbound combat is turn-based. During your turn, select one of the character's available abilities, then choose a target. Note, using an ability ends the character's turn. Okay, so only one ability per turn. Combat is divided into rounds. Each character takes only 1 turn per round. Order of turn is determined by initiative. We saw that stat earlier. The higher it is, the earlier the character's turn comes. At the end of combat, all characters in the party restore armor and mana. Armor is always fully restored. Only a percentage of the total mana is restored. This value decreases with each difficulty level of the run. Okay, I don't really know what the difficulty is. We don't have an example of that yet, but that's okay. Okay. Shred, smashing blow, defensive lunge. Okay, so all of the... okay, so it's interesting to put a 0 there. I think I would probably avoid putting anything there at all unless that's something that's modifiable. Maybe a modified version of Shred costs mana. But I'm also not... I don't love the choice of font. It may be a scaling thing because I'm playing it 1440p. It's just a little bit small and a little bit not the clearest to read. It also looks a little bit squished. That 0 just looks a little stretched out vertically to me, but I don't know if that's the font or something else. Just, you know, legibility things. Very, very minor. Okay, so we've got, it looks like 175 health and 100 armor. Is that what we're looking at? We have no explanation yet of what armor does. I assume we have to break it first to get to the health. Shred, attack target, use cost 0, 20 bonus damage, 14 bonus slash damage. Smashing blow, 28 bonus slash damage, deals bonus slash damage equal to the current armor value. Okay, so we don't have... okay. So it doesn't tell us how much damage, how much direct damage we're gonna do right off the bat. It just tells us bonus that we'll do. Okay. And we go first, followed by that one, and then that one. Alright, let's go basic and see what happens. Whoa! Okay, that was a lot of... okay, that moved a little fast. That was a lot of damage I did. I believe one of them did a buff and the other one attacked me. So my armor is now reduced. They both have the buff of increasing damage dealt. And they both got 40 armor on that turn, right? Oh, okay. I wasn't actually looking... until you mouse over them, that isn't really an indicator. So is this their intended next action, or is this just a passive thing that this enemy does? Applies fury to allies with every attack. Well, that seems like that's what that did. Grants armors to allies with every attack. Okay, so that's why they have fury and why they got armor back. Okay. I think I can just kill this one. And I critted, so I did extra. That went through all of my armor. I am going to use this ability to increase my armor. That really went through all my armor. And it is not losing this buff, so that's interesting. Well, I still get 20, it still says 28 bonus slash damage, but I don't have... is it my armor value or their armor value? Because my armor is no longer up. Okay. And this immediately feels like a losing battle, because if I keep using defensive lunge, I think he's gonna... oh no, that actually went through. Okay, I'm not sure how to see the amount of damage I'm doing. That seemed like a lot of damage, more than I expected from that attack. So, alright. Inventory. When you win a battle, you get a loot card. The card gives you a few items to choose from. You can move only one item from every loot card to your inventory. Rotate items to use inventory space more efficiently. To free up space in your inventory, you can discard unwanted items. Some items have special property and aura. Items with auras provide bonuses to adjacent items. Okay, so obviously I've been playing Backpack Hero, a game that I have some serious qualms with. And this is definitely taking a similar kind of route. However, let's see how it does with this. Okay, so this is our loot card, I think they called it. And we've got 2 options. But we can only pick one. What does Alt do? Why is it telling me to hold it? Oh. Okay. I'm not actually sure what that tooltip is referring to. I mean, it's obviously referring to this item, but I don't think it's referring to the item class, right? Is this just a general purpose tooltip for the item type because it's a weapon? I'm guessing so. 30 damage plus 10 chaos. I don't know what chaos is. What is chaos? Increases the effectiveness of curses. Okay. Plus 10 armor, plus 4 resistance. So armor is the armor we start up at, and then resistance is absorbs a portion of incoming damage. So that's like flat damage reduction, I think. I love having the stat block here and the tooltips so I can look at exactly what I'm getting. Great for learning. Appreciate that. That is not common. I'm not really... Okay, is this a separate that's only used for consumables? Okay. Am I locked in any way to how I... No, I can just move it. Okay. And it even highlights what it's changing. That's great. Great attention to detail. Oh, and we have a walking path just like Slay the Spire. Okay. That's fine. And likewise, we have different kinds of locations and different kinds of events. And a legend to tell us what's what. What is this? This is my inventory? That's my inventory. Again, I'm going to say that icon is a little bit small. It's a little bit... Like, it looks like a backpack if I stare at it for a second, but it took me a second. Okay, so I can see my health is down by 5, and then my mana is down by 6, so... Yeah. I will say the turn order in the combats was a little fast, and the end of the combat was also a little fast, so understanding exactly what happened and where I landed by the end was a little bit difficult for my personal tastes. And as I've mentioned before with games like this, I also really love to have a combat feed so I have an understanding of exactly what happened, even if it's like I did understand what happened or I didn't understand what happened. Having a feed I can refer to of everything that just happened, so I can understand for the next time. That's great. That would be great to have. Okay, so we've started with much more armor this time. I'm not 100% sure why. Didn't we start with 150 before? Maybe I was mistaken. Okay, deals bonus damage equal to their armor. Grants armor to allies. Okay. So this guy is going to buff this guy and then increase. So I'd like to remove him as fast as possible. Bonus slash damage equal to the current armor value. I'd also, for abilities like this, I'd like to see, for a combat feed, I'd love to see a breakdown of the math of like how much I did and why, what all contributed to it, especially if you're having an equipment system that's like building stats. I'd love to see exactly what contributed in each way, additively, multiplicatively, towards like how my build is working. Let's go... Oh, just removed him entirely. Okay, I'm more effective at combat than I'm expecting to be, and I feel like I'm not understanding... It feels weird to me to just not know how much damage I'm about to do. Does that feel weird to anybody else? I don't know if I'm just missing something, but I don't think I am. I don't know if that's actually because it's not a guaranteed value, or if that's just absent for some reason. But all right, that was comparatively easy. And there's nothing preventing me from wearing multiple of the same type of item, yeah? Soundwave hat. +3 dodge. What? +3% dodge, +10 initiative. So dodge increases the chance of dodging an attack. So I'm already at 5%. I think I'll take the dark staff just to do some early buff. So why would I put it in my inventory versus my equipment? If I want to carry it and sell it, maybe? I'm guessing that would be the case. What an awkward shape, though. Okay. I'm not 100% sure how much mana we're getting back each combat, but... So I did like 275 on that. It's a lot of damage. So attack power, let's see if I can figure out the math myself. Total offensive stats, it just says 170, so that's not my... So what threw me is like this, yeah, this damage started at 50 when we started, but 80 is not the damage we're doing. Add slash damage to the character attacks, deal double damage to health. Okay. That's still not 100% clear how that math breaks down. Okay. 45 damage, 9 slash damage, or 5 mana, 10 initiative. I don't really need mana initiative on this build. I think we go for this. These are some awkward shapes, though. Okay. Chest or consumables. I assume this is equipment. Dice. On this screen, you select a loot card. When you've made your selection, a die is rolled. Your goal is to roll a value greater than or equal to the chosen card's difficulty. Okay. If a roll fails, you get a chance to re-roll. Remember, the number of re-rolls for the entire run is limited. Okay. So presumably no consequences if I don't get it. I just won't get anything. It seems this chest holds treasure, but how valuable is it? Okay. So I could go for something like this, but it means I have a lesser chance of getting it. So it's really a calculation of like how good is an item for my particular build and how likely am I actually to get it. Mana and dodge, not as appealing. Mana and chaos with lowered crit chances, not interesting to me. What is the... It says it has an aura, but it increases my... Okay, that's a little awkward. I don't like that that information is buried in a menu I have to hold for. That's critical information for this item, isn't it? Because it says these stats say -6% crit chance, never -6% crit damage. But then it says increases the chance of dealing critical damage, doesn't give a stat though. Increases max mana, that's not shown in the list at all. I don't know why that's not in the list. Partially restores after combat. Increases the effectiveness of curses, increases the critical damage multiplier. So, but those don't have numbers either. So why is that buried in a like a tooltip? That's really weird. Increases chance of dodging. Increases max mana. Partially restores after combat. Okay, that one has just an explanation of what's there, but this is wrong, isn't it? If the tooltip is explaining what the stat block is, then this one's wrong. So it says increases max mana. That's there. These are also out of order, which is not helping. But the first stat, plus 20 mana, increases max mana, partially restores after combat. That's there. Increases the effectiveness of curses. That, I believe, is what the plus 6 chaos is. But these should maybe be individual tooltips instead of one big block. Like, I should be able to hover over each one of those line items. Okay, I think this is a logic problem. So I think this is a tooltip that is just telling me these are stock tooltips. So it's not referring to the up or down. It's only referring to what the stat means. So this tooltip, I think, only knows that there's mana, crit chance, crit damage, and chaos, which makes it a little deceptive when it says increases, because it's increasing in a negative way, which means it's a decrease. I think that's what I'm taking away from this. That's a little awkward. I would fix that how that's displayed, because that's appears to be straight up incorrect at first glance. Helmet of the War Gods, plus 20 armor, plus 30 thorns. Plus 24 thorn. Oh, aura on surrounding items plus 24 thorns. Wait, what is the aura? Oh, okay. This is another thing that's not that clear. So this has flat information on it. You see how that's the top box is the title, the middle box is the stats, and then the bottom box is informational. So I only realized because of looking at this one. So we need some differentiation here in these boxes to show what it's actually meaning. So my reading of this, and they can correct me if they happen to see this and tell me if I'm right or wrong. You see how there's that second box? It says Twisted Abyss Ring, and then there's that second box below it that's just empty. I believe that means this has no stats of its own. That it is the aura that it applies to everything else that is what makes it valuable. So all of those stats that are listed are aura on other items, not on the item itself. So that's an important distinction. Also, I'm just going to say, for a game like this where laying out your inventory is probably going to be rather critical, not being able to see the shape of the size and shape of the item before you choose to roll for it is not ideal. I would love to know how big this ring is. If it's only one square, that makes, and I'm worried about aura, that makes a very big difference on how I'm going to place it and which items it's going to influence. So I would love to see what size it is. Okay. I'm doing all this because, you know, I'm hoping this, if the devs ever happen to see this, I would love for them to have good feedback. And also I'm just like working my way through and trying to understand it. So I would love the Helmet of the War Gods. This is going to be a difficult roll, though. Oh, I didn't even get to click. Okay. Do I want to re-roll? I assume I have no modifiers on this, but maybe I do. Nothing said I had any modifiers, so I assume it's just a flat roll. Also, just a really minor thing, I would love to have... I know this is like... Maybe it won't matter to a lot of people, but it's much more satisfying, even if it doesn't really change anything, to be able to click the button myself to roll, rather than it just run the animation and roll it. It's a nice animation, though. Let me re-roll one more time. Why the hell not? Hell yeah. Alright, cool. Okay, it's a 3x3. Okay. So the aura on it... Synergy category armor, synergy subcategory plate armor. So it's not influencing these, but it will maybe influence this other helmet? Or not? Hold on. Thorns 30. Or on surrounding items. Category armor. Shouldn't this be causing an additional 24 off this item? I don't understand. It's not plate armor. Is that what the synergy subcategory means? It has to match the category and subcategory? I don't know. Maybe we'll get some armor parts and we'll find out. Okay. Deals high base damage. Again, not a stat, so I would love to know what the stat actually is. But I feel like I should prioritize that guy. Stone sledgehammer, crush damage. So I don't have crush damage in my list. I'm assuming crush damage does additional damage to armor as opposed to slash damage, which does it to health. It's weird that it's not in the list, even if the value is 0. That would be preferable. Mana initiative, crush damage, crit damage. I think I'll just... Yeah, we'll take the staff. Let's see. Let me try and make the best use of this space. Not that I have to be that picky right now, but, you know. Some very awkward shapes. Okay, companion. Interesting. Okay, but this will split my path. Will the camp heal me like other things? Like, Slay the Spire? I don't know. Alright, all things equal. Let's see, I'm at one. So I get armor back, 180. Is that where I'm at now? I'm not sure. Okay, Shredding Shard or Old Hood. Don't need mana. I'll take this. Let's see. I mean, we dismissed that, but... These are awkward. Very awkward shapes. Okay, so it doesn't want to remove 2 items at a time. I'm overthinking it, but wanted to see what it was possible. Okay, companion. Choose a companion to join on your journey. Alright, so we don't even have to, like, work for it. We just, at a certain point, get one. Paladin, an indomitable servant of the gods, always ready to protect those in need. Indestructible strike. Crush attack that restores the paladin's armor. Witch, an insidious sorceress who unleashes curses and pestilence on all who stand in her way. Acid arrow. Acid enchantments that weaken the target's damage. Weakening seems pretty good. I don't know if... Are they going to play as a whole other character, or are they more of an assist? I guess we'll find out. Choose your companion's special ability. Okay, these are locked. Curse of Chaos. Acid enchantments that imply both corruption and weakness to the target. Alright, I don't know all that, but what all that's about, but we'll find out. Okay. I don't get to see her. Oh no, here. Acid arrow. Attack target, use cost. No mana. Okay. 2 weakness. Debuffs gain a power bonus from the chaos stat. I assume we don't share... No, we don't share stats. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's remove this guy so that he can't buff the other two. Oh, I don't have control over them. Okay, that's not what I anticipated. That's interesting. Companions. If you have a companion in your party, this is a little late to be telling me, but okay. You can equip gear for them as well. Unlike your characters, companions cannot equip consumables. Okay. Got it. Let's see. Does this one give us the bonuses? Nope. Still no thorns on that one. Okay. Slash. Let's give her the chaos because that buffs her abilities. And it gets these weird looking items out of our inventory. Okay. In for a penny, in for a pound. Let's see what we're up against. Want me to make enchanted gems for your equipment. Results not guaranteed. Vampirism 20. I assume... I can't see what that stat is, but I assume it's self-healing. Order 20. No. Crit damage. Okay, so it looks like I have to roll for these as well. Well, a difficulty of 3 sounds very easy. Oh my god, I almost missed it. Blacksmith gems allow you to improve your item stats. Drag a gem onto one of your items to enhance it. Once an item has been enhanced, you cannot remove or move the enchantment. Okay. So I can just insert this into anything. It doesn't affect... It doesn't have a different effect based on... Okay. Restores health when dealing damage to the target. Vampirism 20. Okay, cool. Alright, all these guys are the same. I assume I can't go over my stat for armor, right? Well, no, I'm at... This says 200, but I'm at 275. Well, what happens if I do this? Oh, it does go up. Okay, so there's no cap on armor? Interesting. Raider's Saber. Only one item this time. Slash damage, crit damage. Okay. We don't have a lot of enemy variety, but that's okay. We're just starting out. Do they only ever attack me? She does have health. Plate armor. The sledgehammer is tempting, but I'm hoping this synergizes with our helm. It does. Okay, so it does look like the meaning of the aura means it must be the category and subcategory. The tutorial's generally pretty good for this game so far, but that could be better explained. They haven't been attacking her yet, so I'm gonna try and hold on to this myself. Let's see how to put these things together, though. Very awkward. Okay, something a little harder. Bonus damage equal to their armor. Better get rid of that fast then. Not being able to control your allies is a little unfortunate. Reduces damage dealt by 62. Okay. Dusty Apprentice Staff. Acid damage, chaos. That's probably very good for them. Traveler's Cloak. Okay. Common, and this is rare. Turquoise is a little odd for a common item, if I'm honest. Oh, that's... You know, I'd be more worried about their mana use if I actually had control over them, but I don't. They just do whatever they want. Acid damage and chaos seems like a good buff, even though it's a lesser item. Let's see if I'm right. You know me, I don't use consumables. I was playing video games in the 90s. We don't use consumables in RPGs in the 90s. It's illegal. Thornstone ring, aura on surrounding items. I like thorns. Acid damage. 75 damage. And 18 is really hard. Aura is active only on the bottom side. Aura affects items in the direction right. Wait, what is that? Aren't those conflicting pieces of information? Affects items in the direction right, or is active only on the bottom side. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. That seems contradictory. That could be clarified a little better. I don't think I'm going to take that though, because an 18 is crazy. Thorns is nice. I'm building on thorns. I think I'd like to keep it. Well, I rolled a 19. Fuck me. Alright, let's... Can I get this to touch all the weapons? guessing maybe not. Let's see. At that point, I think we can give this to our friend. I'm pretty happy with that outcome. Grants armor to allies with every attack. This gets buffed off of armor, so take this guy first. Bonus slash damage. That's not what I want. I would love to have an ability that gave me bonus, whatever the other thing. Oh, he dodged it. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Artisan's hammer, crush damage. That does give us more than the buff off of... Yeah, because this doesn't get us any additional thorns, right? Right. Man, I would love if this was a different shape. That's okay, though. I like having a companion. It's nice. I don't think we need to rest. We're doing pretty good. I like the auto recovery mechanic. Crit damage, crush damage, order. Let's try for crush damage. I will say that the whole rolling dice feels more like a gimmick than anything else when I don't, at least currently, have any modifiers to it. I don't know if that's something I can get or not, but yeah, the fact that it's just raw RNG makes the whole dice thing feel a little performative. Okay, how many? So are there limited slots? Unlike something like Diablo, this doesn't have clear slots. And this is just a flat improvement. So my assumption is that I should just put it on the things I'm definitely not getting rid of. Oh, and it doesn't even let me place in the inventory briefly. It's also a little awkward to have these slots. Is there a slot under there? Is the gem under there and I can't see it? I guess let's place this one. No, it just disappears. And I didn't delete. Yeah, there's the two orange, the plus 20 vampers and plus 70 crush damage. It's all right there. Oh, hold on. I thought I knew what this was, but I don't. They both deal high base damage. Let's go hard. Okay. Wow, that guy just evaporated. Again, I wish I understood how my damage added up, but I don't. Okay. Damage and crush damage versus just raw damage. Or versus raw. Okay. But my damage is currently 95. An increase of 15 feels like a substantial margin. I don't know if this actually scales linearly, or if these are synthetic stats in the way that like a Souls game does them. But give them a try. I do feel like I am just offloading everything on my companion, but that's okay. You know, as well, when you have the dice thing going on, it makes me want all the more, or feel all the more entitled to a stat breakdown, or like a breakdown of rolls. Like if you're doing actual dice rolls, that'd be lovely to be able to see. It also makes it just feel more fair. You know, if they have a very... my assumption is that these enemies have a very low chance to dodge. So when it happens, it feels a little... It feels a little unfair. It feels a little inconsequential when it happens. Like, well, we just decided you didn't hit. Rather than being like a good roll on their part. So it makes it... I know it's a completely cosmetic thing, but it would make... I think it would make the player feel better if that was more obvious. Let's give them this jacket. Yeah. That'll work. That didn't really help, did it? Okay, deity. I don't know what that's about. Let's find out. The ancient altar demands an offering. Sacrifice your party's mana to receive a divine gift. Well, we get our mana back, so sure, why not? Oh, well, seeing it operate an Iron Maiden suddenly makes it feel more concerning. Necklace of the Keeper, Divine Accessory Necklace, Auron Surrounding Items, Synergy Category Armor, Synergy Subcategory All. Acid Damage, minus Initiative, minus 27 Order, plus Chaos. Okay, well, that's pretty good for our companion here. Can I not? Oh no, hold on. I should be able to fit all these, surely. It's not ideal, but... Let's see. Can I do this better? Not really. These very awkward shapes. I don't think I can get it in there. This one's just so long. Oh, also this isn't touching both those things anyway, so I don't want to do that. Dang. Okay, that's better. The fact that these don't fit together is very annoying. That it doesn't, you know, that one is 3 long, this is 4 long. Alright, well, we'll be keeping that one in the inventory. I don't know if we have the opportunity to sell. I know they said you can discard things, but... Alright, so they made the smart decision there that I appreciated, which was to attack the same thing as me. Tempered Soldier's Sword. This is on all weapons, okay. 15 damage, 9 slash damage. This looks like it should be a better weapon, but this is clearly the better 45 and 9 versus 15 and 9. This is a much worse weapon. Can I fit another piece of armor in for you? I can if I dispose of things. Again, what an awful shape. Oh, it's just... it's terrible. Okay. How many more steps do we have in this level? Okay, this one's a little rougher. Wait, you went twice? Did you go twice? No. I think you just got hit. Okay. Satum item again. We can fit more armor, I believe it. The question is how we get all of them to touch. Let's see. That'll work. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is pretty long. This is just going to be a long episode. We're going to roll with it. Because I don't really want to break this into multiple. I don't know if it will continue after that, but we'll at least get to the end of the run. This is not a short run though. I'm going a little slow to learn, but you know. Okay, we're getting a little rough. Corroding staff, acid damage. Do you have room? Yeah, you do. Great. Perfect. What is this? Ability. Time to learn a new ability. The choice is yours. Slash attack boosted by the character's thorns. I wonder if these abilities are influenced by what you've picked up so far, or if that's just coincidence, because I have a lot of thorns. Slash strikes on all enemies. Thornblade sounds more appealing. Okay, this is a lot of fights. I might have a rough time with this, actually. Let's go straight up the middle so we can get to the deity as well. Avoid a fight. Bonus slash damage equal to the current thorns value. And I should get vampirism off this as well, right? Okay, that is a crazy amount of damage, but just barely not enough. It dies off the thorns. Ow. God, they deal a lot, though. Yeah, that vampirism is not saving me. It's a little bit of something, but it's not enough. 30 damage and 18 slash. I mean, that is the better choice. It's not rolling me a lot of high items. These are all fairly common. In fact, I think all of the things that aren't common are things we've gotten out of events rather than just random drops. Party's modded divine gift. Yeah. I'm really surprised it's modded. Synergy category weapon, synergy sum category all, plus 100 health, minus 24 damage, plus 15 vampirism, minus 16 initiative. Okay. So what's the least... So I'm looking at the attack power, and the attack power changes, but the attack power seems to be a derived statistic. Why does it reduce my damage so much? Is it just that one item, or is it... No, it's just crazy. I know this says minus 24 damage. But... Huh. Increasing the health is nice, but that's a lot of lost damage, and I'm kind of reliant on that. And seeing as... Oh, is vampirism a flat amount of... It's not based on the amount that I do, it's per hit? Maybe I was expecting vampirism to do something it doesn't do. That's a lot of lost damage, though. I think I have to lose this one so I can get the Dirk back. Because the Dirk's stats are so much better. How do I fit things, though? It almost works. Okay. Switch these. And I can get that. Then I just lose the Raider's Saber. Can I flip? Not really. That doesn't make it better. It's good old attaché case HD, my friend. Buddy old pal. Damn. Really wish this was just a little shorter or something. Damn it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. These shapes are really hard. I'm sure this is all intentional so that it tries to stymie people like me, trying to fit all the pieces together, trying to be greedy, but my equipment greed knows no bounds. Oh, it's minus 24 damage per item, isn't it? So even though this increases by 45, it also decreases by 24. Oh, that's rough. I just don't want this thing. I don't think I want it. All that fuss, but I think it's going to be more hassle than it's worth. Now, how did I have it organized before? Shit. Didn't I have this in there somewhere? Oh my god. I don't remember anything. Kicking myself now. Messing with it. I couldn't have had all of these in there. I must have discarded or tried to swap something else and forgotten. Ah, damn it. I could go back in my own footage real quick, but I can't until the recording's finished. That'll be good enough. Oh no, I want the Wanderer's Dirk. Hold on. Give me this. That'll have to do. So this has no core stats. Removes the crush damage just because I don't have it anymore. Increases vampirism. So this is interesting. So this actually works really well on this character because there's, like, I already have very low initiative and I don't have a lot of, like, my damage stat is basically non-existent already. So it's actually a good thing, I think. Or I'll just die. We'll see. I have very low health, so we're gonna see what's about to happen. Oh, they just disappeared. Alright. Or they turned to, like, ash. Do they come back? They're not gone, are they? Tempting. Because it's... Oh, but it's no. That looks like it should be plate, but it's not. So... Why is it middle mouse button to return? That's a weird choice. I could just... Since it's contextual, I should just be able to left mouse button to put this back, if you ask me. We'll still take the Guardian's helmet. Not that I can fit either of them anyway, but... Alright, let's heal. Your warriors rest by the campfire. You can heal one of them. Oh. Alright, well, let's get our friend back. Might be screwed anyway, but let's see. Let's build up our armor as fast as we can. They did get like a full heal though. Okay, that could have been worse. Closed tempered helmet, plus 30 armor. Unstable granite amulet, aura, plus 9 order, plus 3 chaos. Take this. And we can at least give you it over something here, probably? Losing 5 mana is probably not the end of the world. You're not using a lot of it anyway, because I don't have control over your abilities. Let's try and heal, just to ensure we make it to the next segment. Is there necessarily a point to using armor on my last turn, using this defensive lunge? I think maybe there isn't, because I seem to always get 190 back at the end of that. Straw hat, 10 initiative, crush damage, plus 10 order. Can I fit this in instead? It's awfully close to fitting. Let's see. I think I may be causing more headache than help, though. We'll leave that. Elite enemy. Okay, our first one. Well, Sentinel part. Oh boy, okay. I don't think we're making it too much further. We'll see. That's a lot of health. Okay. Nice. That's a great debuff. I appreciate that. Okay, this was actually not too bad. I was worried. Nice. Dirk of the First Wind. Slash damage crit chance. Or affects items in the direction. Right. I don't think I can even fit that in my inventory. I'd have to sacrifice a lot, but maybe. Hood of the Wind, mana dodge, aura dodge, or a crit chance. Well, we're taking this one. And then we're gonna... Oh, there's more. There's more. Oh. Okay. Armor and thorns. Synergy with thorns. Okay. Wear hedgehog helmet. Health and armor. Armor, plate armor. Armor, plate armor. So more thorns or more armor. Oh goodness. Okay. But this itself is not plate armor. So it needs to touch plate armor, but it isn't plate armor. And this needs to touch plate armor, and it is... wait, no. This isn't plate armor either. Okay. So these are only... both of them only have one item they're going to synergize with, which is the Beggar's Curious here. What is this? 9 tall? So either of them will fit, but if I want to fit this in as well, it's going to be painful. So let's get these out of here. I'm not going to take them. I think this is... Wait, no, it's 3 wide, so I could fit either. 50 health, 20 armor, 20 armor, 15 thorns. We're building thorns. Let's go thorns. I would love to be able to save a layout, but I'm just gonna have to disassemble this and do this a very ugly sort of way. I think the only one I can get in is maybe this one. I think all of the other ones are going to have conflicts. This almost fits. And I would like that. Can I make that fit anyway? I can't. If that was mirrored. Maybe. No. It's just an awkward shape. Darn. But I think that's pretty good. It's just really reduced damage, which I don't love. But we're gonna have to live with it. Because I don't think we can retain... hold on. We might be onto something here. We only have two horizontal spaces to work with. But that does at least mean... that's preferable. That's better. It's not great, but it's better. We're so close to being able to fit that. We could at least fit the hammer in. It's not a lot, but it's better than putting nothing in there. Okay, that's better. I'm a little happy with that, but it's not perfect. We'll skip the deity so we don't have to fight the elites. Let's get a consumable, why not? We haven't touched the consumables yet. I usually don't. Dungeon Bomb deals 500 damage to the target. Restores 50 mana. Restores 200 health. I'll take the bomb. Consumables are items with unique effects that can be used only once. To be able to use them in combat, you must equip consumables in a dedicated slot in the inventory. To use a consumable, select it during your turn, then choose a target. Only your character can equip and use consumables. Important. Unlike abilities, consumables don't end a character's turn. Great. Okay, so they have different sizes, it would appear, as well. Step wailing on my witch. Shredder's broadsword. 15 damage. 18 slash damage. Stave of hexes. Damage and chaos. This one's nicer. Can we fit it somewhere? I think I'll trade it. 18 crush. Maybe? I think that's more total damage, isn't it? Because I think it was 50 before. Again, I would love a like save and revert option to play around with builds or to compare builds directly. The inventory is interesting. I'm not sure I like it. I'm not sure it's a good thing. Like, this isn't a gameplay criticism so much as it's just like my personal feeling would be force me to commit to a build. Don't let me lug around a pack full of trash. But I imagine it's already balanced around that. Okay, let's heal me and let's see how this goes. Choose one part of the final enemy, the Sentinel. Each will grant him new powers and abilities. Beams of frost and flame that strike the whole party. Fire deals heavy damage while ice reduces defense. Horns of acid strike a single target. They fire in bursts or a powerful barrage that increases the Sentinel's critical hit power. I don't like assembling our own final boss. I didn't realize that was the gimmick. That's, when I say I don't like, I mean I do like. It's a great idea. It's just very unpleasant. Let's see. Ice reduces defense. I don't know. Like, both of these are nasty without having any experience. I would love to see some of these things in some of the enemies we were fighting. So we had a better idea of how they actually operated before we had to choose. Okay, there was no intro, but we're in a new area with louder music. Could be tuned a little bit. We'll fight this real quick just so we can see the next map, but I think we're gonna... I thought we were gonna have a final combat there. Chainmail robe, 150 health, 20 armor, poisonous root, 36 acid damage, 5 chaos. Chainmail robe seems more interesting, but it's also huge. It is plate armor, though. Okay. So, these are long paths. I will give it a criticism there and say I don't think that they need to be this long. I think that will wear out players, especially on something that operates as a roguelike. I think that's a few too many combats. It's obviously a balancing act over like giving them enough time to build up a party and a set of equipment that they like, while not making them commit to like a 5-hour run that ends in sadness. That would be my concern. That's also something it's a personal pet peeve of mine. I don't love roguelikes for their roguelike nature, if we're totally honest. But that would, yeah. I don't know how many of these maps there will be. I imagine it's like 5 for each of the Sentinel parts. But I don't know. And that's a lot of interactions before you got to the end. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I don't know if it's the same on all the maps, but 34 times however many parts, that's a lot. That's a lot to ask. And especially when I already feel like I'm very full up on stuff and I am running out of working area to build my perfect build. I don't know. Maybe the expectation is I toss out a lot more equipment and I'm just kind of anything that isn't an exact upgrade for the exact build I'm building should be ignored and disposed of quickly without thinking. But yeah, that's a little less than ideal to me. So if you haven't watched any of my other videos, I talked about this a bit in both Slay the Spire and Backpack Hero and Backpack Battles as well, actually. The thing about an equipment battler, an equipment roguelike, is that there has to be enough variety for you to build something unique, but it also has to be succinct enough to be satisfying. This does feel like it's edging towards being too many options, not enough specificity. All of the most interesting items are the ones that I picked off of events or rolled for or whatever, and that's still sort of a roll of the dice, less literally and more proverbially. So my feeling, as with Backpack Battle or Backpack Hero, is that it's a little bit busy. It's it's not bad per se, and I would have to play this a bunch more to really settle on how I feel about that. But it's a warning sign for me. Yeah. If this was less about, it's also got just these crazy shapes, so I'm constantly fighting. There's very little consistency in like the shape or size of items, and I really do not have a lot of space to work with. So it's a huge dedication to take out one item in favor of another. Potentially losing multiple items to get one in is a lot of commitment. And when you're running for as long as you will be running to complete a run like this, I don't know about that. It's a little concerning. I'm wrapping up my thoughts here because I think I'm going to have to like call the end of this video, basically. I don't want to do a 6-hour run just to get my proverbial quick look here. I probably will play a little bit more of this, and I'll certainly be keeping an eye on it when it gets additional releases. I will be asking them for updates and seeing if I can get into the after the betas after the demo closes, if the demo closes, figuring out how to get more access to it, because I like what's here. There's something here, there's something unique, and I really like the style, and I like how much dedication they clearly have to doing this concept right, with a lot of polish, even from a very early build. This looks great to me. I'm very happy. It does, again, like it has some warnings that I've seen from other things in the genre. I don't want to see it make some of what I see as the same mistakes as other things in the genre that I think are a bit flawed. So I'll, that's the point of this video, among other things, is so they can see feedback if that's something they want. But I like this so far. If you've got your takes on it, whether you've had experience with the other things that I've played yourself, or just watched me play them, or other things that are adjacent to this, I'd love to hear your feedback. And if this is available to demo, then go check it out as well. But yeah. Anyway, I've been the Social Solipsist. This has been Lootbound. It's a curiosity to me, and I'll keep an eye on it, and maybe we'll see it again on the channel someday. Thank you guys for watching, if you've come all the way to the end especially, and I'll see you guys next time.